Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fayyaz Destara from class 2023B with my student number or student ID is 23050866063. So I'm here going to presentate about rules of syllable, consonant cluster, and sequence of vowel. Let's move on to the material. So every language has rules about how sounds can be pronounced. In English, sounds are not placed randomly. They follow a specific phonological rules. These rules help us know which sounds combination are natural and possible in English speech. There are three important sounds rules in English. The first one is rules of syllables. It is how words are divided into sound parts. And then rules of consonant cluster, how consonant can be grouped together, and then rules of vowel sequences, about how vowels can appear next to each other. By understanding these three rules, it will help English learners improve pronunciation, spelling, reading, and speaking skills. When we know how to when we know how syllables and sounds work, it becomes easier to pronounce long words, read new vocabulary, and even understand accents and word stress. And then what is syllable? So a syllable is the smallest unit of sound in a word that can be spoken in one breath or beat. Every syllable must contain one vowel sound, which may be a single vowel or a combination of vowels like diphthong. For example, is cat. There's only one syllable. And then water, water. There's two syllables there. And elephant, elephant. There's three syllables over there. And then the parts of a syllable. A syllable usually has three main parts. The first is onset. It is the consonant of or group of consonants before the vowel. Like the example is the C or ch in cat, pl in play. And then there's nucleus. This is the vowel sound in the middle. This is the most important part of syllable because it carries the sound. Like for example is a in cat and at in play. L in play. A in play, sorry. Pardon me. A in play. And then there's coda. This is the consonant or group of consonants after the vowel. Like the example is t in cat and and in hand. Pardon me for the pronunciation. The rhyme of syllable is made up of the both nucleus and coda. Like like in cat, the rhyme is a cat, a cat, a. And then the types of syllables. The first one is open syllable. It ends with vowel sound, and the vowel is usually long, like he, go, no, me. And then there's closed syllable. It ends with a consonant sound, and the vowel is usually short. Like example is cat, bed, jump. And then there's complex syllable. It has consonant clusters at the beginning or end. Like example is street and Texas. You can see the example there. And then rules for dividing words into syllables or syllabification. So each syllable must have one vowel sound. Like banana, there's three vowels, three syllables. If there are two consonants between vowels, split them. Like happy, happy, and then little, little. If there's one consonant between vowels, it usually goes with the second vowel. Like open, open, even, even. Then prefixes and suffixes usually make separate syllables. Like unhappy, unhappy, hopeful, hopeful. And then compound words are divided by their parts, like sunset, sunset, and then football, football. Silent E does not form a syllable, like cake, one syllable. The E is silent over in cake. And then, when in doubt, listen to the beats of the word, like computer, computer, computer. And then we move on to the consonant cluster. So what is a consonant cluster? So a consonant cluster is a group of two or more consonant sound that appear together without any vowel sound between them. Like for example, is play, pl, street, str, and tex, and tex, pardon me for the pronunciation. So this cluster can appear at the beginning, middle, or end of a word. And then the position of consonant clusters. The first one is initial cluster, or beginning of a word. For example, is stop, st, play, pl, spring, spr. And then medial cluster, middle of a word. The example is like extra and kingdom. You can see the extra is str, or kingdom, ng. Pardon me for the pronunciation. And then final cluster, end of a word. Example is lift, ft. Pardon me for the pronunciation again. And text, x, and mass, six. Pardon me again for the pronunciation. And then move on to the rules of consonant cluster. The first rules: English allows up to 3 consonants at the beginning of word, like spring, SPR, spr, street, str, STR. The second rule of consonant cluster is English allows up to 4 consonants at the end of word, like text, x, x, it pronounces like x, but the word is KSTS, and then glimpse, MPST. The third rule are some sound combination cannot appear in English because they do not fit English pronunciation rules, like or phonotactics, like BN, PT, KN are not used at the beginning of words. And in many cases, clusters are simplified in fast speech to make pronunciation easier. Like next day sounds like next day. Handbag sounds like handbag. And the final rule are consonant clusters follow a natural sound order. Sonary rule. Sounds move from least open to the most open near the vowel. Like for example is STR to S fricative and T in stop to R liquid. And then there's example of allowed and not allowed cluster, like the position, like in the position initial allowed cluster is like PL, ST, STR, SKTR. The not allowed is BN, PT, and KN. And for the medial is MP, ND, NK, NK. And the not allowed is DL and SR. And the final is an ENT, UMP, XT. Or the not allowed cluster is PTK and ZDG. And I'm sorry for the error in the title. It's supposed to be vowel sequence. And then we move on to the what is a vowel sequence. So a vowel sequence happens when 2 or more vowel letters or sounds appear together in a word. Sometimes they make one sound, and sometimes they make 2 separate sounds. This depends on the type of vowel combination. So here's the types of vowel sequence. The first one is diphthongs. Diphthongs is 2 vowel sounds that glide together in one syllable, like I in my, try, O in now, house, and A, day, rain, oi, boy, coined, O, go, show, E, here, hair, pure. The mouth moves from one vowel position to another during pronunciation. And then there's thriphthongs. These three vowel sounds that glide together in one syllable, like fire, I, fire, o, flower, a, layer. These are more complex but common in fluent English speech. And then there is hiatus. This is two vowels appear side by side but belong to different syllables. Like example, cooperate, naive. In these cases, we pronounce both vowels separately. And here's the rules of vowel sequences. So in English, vowel sounds often blend together smoothly to form diphthongs or triphthongs. For example, coined. And the second rule are some vowel pairs are written as two letters but represent one sound. Like E and A, it pronounced E in C, A and I, it pronounced A in rain, and then O, U, pronounced O in house. And then the third rule, two identical vowels are not used within one syllable. For example, is cooperate has two vowels in separate syllables, while food has one long vowel sound, like ooh, food. The fourth is the movement between vowels and in diphthongs usually goes from open to closed mouth position, like like a, and I, from open A to close I, A and O, from open A to round O. And then the fifth rule is some vowel sequences change sound depending on stress and word form, like play and player. Six is English spelling does not always show pronunciation clearly, like though, through, and rough. The last rules of vowel sequence is some vowel combination have more than one pronunciation, depending on the word. Like read, it is the present, and then read for past. And the conclusion is so in English, sounds follow specific rules. Syllables are the basic sound unit, and each must contain one vowel sound. Consonant clusters are groups of consonants that can appear at the beginning, middle, or end of words according to English sound patterns. And vowel sequences describe how vowels combine, either blending into a single sound, diphthongs or triphthongs, or the remaining separate, like hiatus. So by learning these rules, English learners can pronounce words more clearly, divide and spell words correctly, and recognize natural sound patterns, which helps build confidence and accuracy in speaking, listening, reading, and writing. All right, that's all from me. I'm sorry if I'm making a mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you later.